What is going on, you guys? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So this week I have the 2018 Lexus RCF. This car has been an absolute blast. Thank you, Lexus USA, for sending me this car to review for you guys to watch. It's been an amazing week with the RCF. It's a fantastic vehicle. Also, thank you to my friend Eric, who shot a lot of the footage you'll see in this video. You can click the link in the description to go to his Instagram. Be sure to check him out. Also, be sure to click that thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed this video. It helps me to keep making more reviews for you guys. And if you like cars, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. I upload new videos every single week. So the color Lexus sent me in the RCF is the Ultrasonic Blue Mica color. It is one of the best blues I have ever seen on any car. So if you're a blue fan, highly recommend getting this color if you're in the market for an RCF. It really does a great job of accentuating all the lines on this vehicle. Now, I do also have the carbon fiber option on this one. You can really see all the weave. It's just a really cool thing. I love carbon fiber. I just think it looks so cool. Now, one thing I am trying to capture on this video is just how massive that side vent is on the RCF. It is absolutely gigantic, and it does a great job of helping this car fit that really sporty look, especially from a profile view. It's just such an angry looking vehicle. Now, coming to the front, that's when it gets a little more controversial. Some people think this is just one of the ugliest cars I've ever seen. I personally think it looks super sporty and aggressive. Now, you do have the triple beam LEDs on here. They look great at night. You even have really nice interior illumination that looks great at night as well. All of the cooling up front is going to be functional, so you do have a lot of cooling for the motor. You've got inlets right in the middle that are going to feed the brakes on each side. You also have the Spindle Grill, which is going to have one of the most intricate designs I've ever seen on any car. It's just very detailed. You've got your hood vent up top. Of course, it is going to be functional. Now, coming to the wheels, you have 19-inch hand-polished 20-spoke forged alloy wheels. Now, those are actually going to be about a $1,500 option. You've got your orange brake calipers, and you have your Brembo sourced brakes wrapped in Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, which once they get some heat in them, those tires do a great job of helping this car stick to the ground. Now, as for the rear tail lamp, one thing I noticed is that it kind of looks like a hockey stick being swung like really fast. It's kind of random, but I just saw that when I looked at it. Other than that, the back looks very aggressive. You got your quad tail pipes. Everything just looks very wide. The carbon fiber wing on here looks amazing. And then as far as that exhaust note, I'll let you guys take a listen to that. One thing I do want to point out about the rear spoiler, so if you guys have ever seen the carbon fiber on the Huracan Performante, you know that it looks absolutely insane, and this Lexus has the exact same thing underneath. If you guys can see that. But yeah, the carbon fiber on here looks crazy. Okay, so there are multiple ways to get into the vehicle. Here is your standard Lexus key. It's gonna have your lock at the top, your unlock, your trunk release, your alarm. Over off to the left, you're gonna push that. It's gonna bring out a key that will allow you to get into the car if the battery on this dies or if the battery on the car were to die. It's a really nice looking key fob. I really like it a lot. So of course you can lock it, unlock it, and if you hold the unlock, it'll actually roll down your windows for you. So if it's a hot day, you can let out all that hot air. But you do also have keyless entry. So if you walk up to the door, right on the door, you're gonna have a little indent right there. You're gonna put your thumb on that. That's gonna lock it. And then right behind the door handle, you have a touch sensor. So if you put your hand right there, that's going to unlock it. Another cool feature is when you walk up to this car at night, there's a light strip located right at the top that's gonna light up and basically greet you when you walk up to the car. Alright, so we'll start over here on the door. Obviously, because this is a coupe, you do have the frameless door design. Now, right over here, you're going to have this really nice Alcantara sort of suede right here with red accent stitching. Looks very nice. Then right into that, you're gonna have some leather. That leather is going to fold all the way up here at the very, very top. Met with that, you're gonna have some aluminum, brushed aluminum trim going up here. It's going to go all the way down and fold right into this carbon fiber piece. And then of course you have your red leather with your black accent stitching. And then right behind here, you're going to have a light that's going to illuminate at night. Very cool, lots and lots of detail just in the door. Of course, your door handles, you do have 3 memory seat settings. Right below, you're going to have your speaker for your Mark Levinson sound system. You do have a little cubby down here, pretty decent amount of storage space. You do have your Lexus kick plate, so that does illuminate at night. Looks very nice. Lexus RCF branded floor mats. Now, one cool thing about the mats, they're super thick. It's almost like carpet in your house thick. It is absolutely amazing. And then you have red stitching along the side over here. Fully aluminum pedals right down there. Seat adjustments off to the side. And these seats are absolutely beautiful. Look at the detail. And you have your F embossed at the top. Chrome accents over here, and you've got your strap here to hold your seatbelt in place. Very, very beautiful interior. So we'll go ahead and hop in and check out the rest. I'm gonna shut the door. Very solid sound. Really like that a lot. All right, so start the car, put your foot in the brake, you're gonna press this button to start. Very nice startup. To the steering wheel, you do have your F steering wheel, so you have your F badge right down here at the bottom. You're going to have this sort of aluminum piece coming right here. Your buttons over here to the left are going to control all of your voice commands, your phone commands. These are going to control your previous next, your volume, different modes for your AM, FM, satellite radio. Now over to the right, you're going to have these buttons that are going to control this screen over here to the left. So if I push these buttons, that's going to toggle me through all the screens, which I'll get to that in just a second. All of your cruise control information here, so your back, you're going to have this page, which is going to bring up basically different options. Radar cruise control, so I can hit this to choose whether I want 1, 2, 3, 4 car lengths behind the car in front of me, and of course your lane keep assist. Right behind here, you're going to have your cruise control. Wipers over here to the right as well. Blinkers over here to the left, automatic lights over here. You do have your paddles, so you have fully aluminum paddles. They feel very nice. And of course the leather wrapped steering wheel with basically full perforations except for the bottom looks incredible. And you have this really cool stitching, this blue and white stitching going all along the inside of the wheel. It is great attention to detail. So getting into this screen really quick, it's pretty simple. You can scroll through and you can go through all your information right here, your fuel settings, gear position, sway warning. Now the F area is going to have things like torque distribution, G-force, position of your wing, lap timers, all of your really, really sporty settings basically. And then coming over here to the right, you have of course your audio, messages, settings, different kinds of things. And now the gauge cluster is pretty simple. I like it okay. I really wish actually it had the same gauge cluster from the IS300 that I reviewed not too long ago. You guys can click the card up to the right if you want to check that out. But that one has the cool gauge from the LFA, and I don't understand why this one does not have that. It would just make it that much cooler. But you do have your speed over here to the right. Right in the middle, of course, is going to be your tach with your digital speed. And if I push my drive mode down, that's going to change me through my different modes. So over to the left, I have Eco. Push down, I have Normal, Sport, and then Sport Plus. So very, very simple gauge cluster, very easy to use. Now coming over here to the left, you do have a few buttons over here. So you're going to have your trunk release located right there, your hood pop. You do have emergency brake here, so kind of old school, you do have to push it with a pedal. Coming up a little bit, you have your blind spot monitor right there, so you can option to turn that on or off. Your parking sensors are right next to that. Now you do have a button over here to the right. You're going to push that. That's going to control your wing. So if I push that, it'll go down from where the position is now. Your automatic high beams, trip odometer, interior illumination. Coming up, you have your vents. Very nice detail up here. You do have this nice suede with blue contrast stitching located right there. The entire dash looks absolutely incredible. You do have a speaker up here for your Mark Levinson sound system. Your screen is going to be nicely tucked into the dash. And just really, really nice overall detail. Now you do have a little clock in the middle. Some people think it's a little bit tacky, but I really like it. It looks great when it illuminates at night, so lovely details right there. Now coming down, you have all of your temperature settings, so this is all going to be touch sensitive, so I can slide my finger up on this, slide it down, off, AC controls, dual zone climate control, of course, your hazards, CD player, volume knob, tune knob. And right down here, you are going to have all of your seat settings. So over here, you're going to have heated and cooled seats for both driver and passenger. Your shifter on here is very, very nice. It's going to have your white and blue stitching as well. Perforated leather, white and blue stitching up here. Works very nice, very easy to use. You put it into reverse. Your backup camera is going to come up and put it back in park, and it goes right away. Now over here was the dial I was talking to you guys about. So once again, left is eco, push down for normal, right sport, right again for sport plus, and then push it down to go back to normal mode. Now you do have your traction control button, so if I push that, so you can see it's going to turn my traction control off, but if I go all the way to sport plus and then push the traction control button, it's going to turn everything off. So that's really how you get this car to get sideways pretty quick. Now you do have a TVD button, which is your torque vectoring diff. So if I hit that, you have 3 different modes. So right at the very bottom, you're going to see TVD. Right now it's in standard. If I push it again, it's going to go to slalom and then track mode. So that's really going to adjust the torque distribution between the rear wheels. It's pretty cool. It works really well. As you guys will see later in the video, it really helps this car stick to the road. Then of course your snow mode. So if you're taking this car in the snow, you're not living your best life. But you do have that just in case you need it. Your cup holders, which are pretty nice. They're off to the side, which I really like, so they don't get in the way. This is a newer version of Lexus's infotainment system. Instead of using the little dial like the IS300 that I reviewed uses, this really, to be completely honest, doesn't make the whole system any better. It just makes it just as complicated, but with a different system. If anything, it's more complicated because the touch-sensitive haptic feedback kind of throws you off a little bit. And then when you turn it completely off, so you can turn off the haptic feedback, and it kind of works okay. But your back button, your menu button, your map, and then you've got this little guy here, which I'm not really sure what it does. I've tried everything. If you guys know, please comment in the comment section below, but I seriously cannot figure it out. Coming right here, you do have more Alcantara padding on your armrest. Very, very nice. You lift that up, you have a decent amount of storage space. You have a 12 volt in there. As you can see, you have 2 USBs. I've got my iPhone charger plugged in, 2 USB ports right there. Coming up, you do have a frameless mirror. It looks very nice. Right underneath that, you're gonna have all of your home link. I do love the lights in here. So they're all touch sensitive basically. So if I tap this, it's going to turn that off. Tap that. It's very cool, really fun to use. The entire headliner is going to be lined in this really soft fabric. You lift that down, interior illumination as well. Of course, you have your glove box located right over here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior, guys. We'll go ahead and check out the trunk space. All right, so coming underneath the trunk of the RCF, you've got a really surprisingly large amount of space. You've got a first aid kit over here, hooks that you can utilize however you need to, Lexus branded floor mats. Now you do have a pass through there. The seats themselves will not fold down, but you can pull that so that way you can get longer items through if they're skinny enough. Right underneath this mat, you're going to have a little tab. You lift that up, and you're going to have all of your stuff for your fix-a-flat back here, so you can change your tire. Pretty simple storage space area. Go ahead and check out underneath the hood. Under the hood of the RCF sits a 5-liter naturally aspirated direct and port injected V8. It's going to make 467 horsepower, 389 pound-feet of torque going straight to the rear wheels via an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, most people complain about this car and the motor driving it on the track, but today I will be taking it on the road and driving it like most of the owners will be driving it. So let's go ahead and see how this car does. All right, you guys, so here we are behind the wheel of the 2018 Lexus RCF. So, like I said, a lot of people tend to hate on this car, and there are a few things to hate about on this car, we'll admit. So, first thing is the torque. So, once again, it's a 5-liter V8, makes 467 horsepower, but it only makes 389 torque. That's almost 100 less torque than horsepower. And I've been driving a lot of turbocharged cars. I drove one electric car in the past month, and so the first thing I noticed in this is the lack of torque. It just doesn't give you that shove in your seat feeling that you expect. Now, don't get me wrong, this car will shove you in the back of your seat, just not until you're 5,500 RPM and above. Now, for some people, that's a good thing, because you get to rev out this motor and you really get to just bring it out all the way to its 7,200 RPM red line, and then it just makes peak power all the way up until the computer cuts it down, which is just amazing. But the only other thing is that, you know, if you're driving like I'm doing right now, you give this thing gas and you have to almost floor it in order to get it moving. You know, there's a lot of mass in this car. This is a little bit over 4,000 pounds. And so this is definitely a grand touring vehicle. This is a Mustang GT-like car. And now the reason I compare it to the Mustang GT is it's just a more super luxurious version of that car. And I would probably even say that this handles a little bit better than a Mustang GT. Now, the biggest thing for me that makes this feel more grand touring-like is, I mean, it's a Lexus. At the end of the day, this is a Lexus. It's built to be and will always be a Lexus. It is a comfortable, luxurious car that, yeah, you can take this on a track, it'll go quick, but for the most part, when you're doing things like this, just driving around town, it is so comfortable that you don't even realize you're driving a super high horsepower sports car. It's just, you would never guess. You've got heated, cooled seats. You've got some of the most elegant and luxurious touches in here. Super comfortable seats that are both extremely soft on long trips, yet hug you in place when you need them to. Everything is right where you need it. The steering wheel feels great. The ride is comfortable and plush. You have these little knee pads right here, which feel great for people like me. I'm 6 feet tall, so my legs tend to go out to the sides. An incredible, almost 800 something watt sound system that sounds amazing, this Mark Levinson sound system. And, you know, adaptive cruise, all kinds of different things, blind spot monitor, backup camera. It's a luxurious vehicle. Cut your power almost in half. If I push this button down, I'm gonna go to normal. Throttle response is instantly a lot better. So if I get on it, it's pretty good, you know? Now, this does have a sound actuator in it. A lot of people don't like those, but I don't mind them. I play guitar. It's kind of like an electric guitar plugged into an amp. You're still getting the guitar sound. It's just amplified to make it sound better. I think it sounds really cool. It comes on right at about 3,500. So if I give it gas, you can hear it come on right about now. It sounds so gutsy. It just has this super guttural sound to it. It's really, really cool. I enjoy it. I think it sounds awesome. Now, the other thing about this, like I said, I was at 3,500 RPM and I still really wasn't getting up to a very quick pace. I will say though, if you completely disregard this car because of its weight, because of the fact that it has low torque, you are actually making a big mistake, because this is actually an incredibly well-rounded sports car. And this thing, with the right amount of time to adjust to the learning curve of not having that massive amount of torque, this car will move. It reminds me of the 2010, 2012 M3, you know, that had the V8 in it. It's just that good of a car. It's so incredible. And the people that hate on this car and say it's not worth, oh my gosh, there's an accident. That's not good. Hope they're all right. But like I said, you will be missing out on a fantastic vehicle if you put this off of your short list. This should be on your short list, and I'll show you guys why. Gosh, what a beast. And that sound is so intoxicating. The best thing about having a V8 powered car is once you get to a tunnel, this thing sounds incredible. Oh, yes. All right, it's coming into this corner here. Brakes are fantastic. The turn in is really good. Oh, brakes are great. Let's go, baby. This thing is so quick. You just have to rev it out. That's all it is. If you cannot rev out this car, you will not have fun. But if you are able to rev this thing out, it is such a blast. And the best thing about it too is this thing is such a blast in the corners. It just hugs so well. It grips so well. But the other side part, you can get this thing super sideways quick. Man, the paddles work really well. Downshifts are pretty good. Oh, I don't know if you guys have heard that, but this thing will just bounce off the red line. All right, so I'm at 5,500 RPM right now. We'll go for it. Man, now the more aggressive you are on the throttle, the better the shift response is in the car. So I will say, if I'm kind of just barely getting on it, 4,000 RPM and I shift, then it shifts down. But if I, a lot faster. It is just, it's pretty cool how it kind of adjusts to the way you're driving. Well, you guys, that is pretty much it. I really hope this gave you a slightly different perspective on the RCF, and that it really is a great car. You know, everything that people say about it was mostly on the racetrack. But here's the thing, the percentage of people that take their cars to the racetrack is so low that this car is just perfect for whatever you need it to do. Whatever you need it to do. And it is just a beast, an absolute beast. So if you guys like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button. It really helps me to make sure I get pushed into YouTube's algorithm, and it helps me ensure that I can keep making these car reviews for you guys. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click up to the left. I have new reviews every single week. So be sure you guys stay tuned for that, and you can click over to the right to check out some more of my other reviews. Well, thank you guys for watching, and y'all take care. Bye.